Do Leafs fans want to bring back Phil Kessel? Is this something we really need? Is this something we really want? Breaking this down and a Rodion Amirov update. What's up, Leafs fans, and welcome back to Leafs Digest. There is not too much going on in the NHL world, or specifically with the Toronto Maple Leafs at this point in time. So, in the dog days of summer, I was scrolling through Reddit looking for some ridiculous things that were being talked about in regards to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it didn't take me long before I saw it. Someone has projected or put out their own personal projections of what should be the Leafs lineup heading into opening night of next season, and as I looked closely at that lineup, I saw something that made my skin crawl. Phil Kessel as the fourth line right winger. Why? I'm going to tell you right now, do not do this. Kyle Dubas, please. Do not do this. We have gone through, and I am all for veteran players, veteran defensemen, veteran forwards, guys coming back to the city, whatever, reuniting with guys who have been here before, who have done it, have tried it. Phil Kessel is not the guy to do this with. We know, at this point, it is well known that you can go into training camp above the salary cap. That is where the Leafs are right now, $1.5 million above that limit. They have re-signed Pierre Engvall, and they still have left to sign Rasmus Sandin, who, to me, would be the priority. I don't care what it's going to take, what it's going to cost. Sign Rasmus Sandin. Bring him back. Do not waste money on guys like Phil Kessel. I love Phil Kessel. I love everything he represents. The guy is just goes about his business. He doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care how you feel about him, and he does not care what he looks like. He has managed to put up some points. He has managed to win 2 Stanley Cups. He is 7 games away from the Iron Man streak. Those games should not be played in a Toronto Maple Leafs uniform. Phil Kessel, at this point in his career, he is 34 years old, 6 foot, 200 pounds, right-handed, right winger. Yeah, the guy can score some goals, but where does he fit into this lineup? If you're going to look at a guy like that to fit into the fourth line, it just doesn't make sense. Here are his plus-minus numbers from the last 5 seasons. -24, -17, -21, -19, -4. We are going to add a defensively liable right winger to this lineup who is older, slower, and will not be able to hold up in a competitive environment for an 82-game season. Yes, he will probably play all those games. They will get him in the lineup. They will get him that record. The Toronto Maple Leafs should not be looking at guys to just fit in here for feel-good stories. I love Phil Kessel. I hope he gets those games, but it should not be in a Leafs uniform. His production significantly dropped off once he left Pittsburgh and he went to Arizona. Mind you, this is a guy who was playing high-level hockey in Pittsburgh on the second line with Evgeny Malkin, and then sliding down to the HBK line with Hagelin, Bonino, Kessel, obviously the HBK there. They managed to win some cups, but it did slide off significantly once he got to Arizona. A worse team, whatever, but it is known that this guy just wants to play hockey, golf, and have fun while making a ton of money. The other thing that I'm going to point out here, and another reason why I do not think we should go out here and sign Phil Kessel back, this is the first season that we will not be retaining any of his salary against our salary cap. So, please, 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 please explain to me, why would you want to go and add a 34-year-old Phil Kessel to your payroll when you didn't want him in the time that he was good enough to be winning Stanley Cups? This does not make sense to me. Please do not bring back Phil Kessel. Here's another thing to think about. If Phil Kessel is not the guy to fit into the fourth line and we say, hey, we don't need you to worry about your defensive role, put you up higher into the lineup, get some more minutes, whatever. Where is he going to fit in? Our third line? Okay, so now our third line, our checking line, our defensively responsible line just gets significantly worse at defense? Why? Let's not do that. This is a guy who had 8 goals, 44 assists last season. It's not like he's going to blow you out of the water with points and goal production at this point in his career. So why? Why would we go and get a guy or pay a guy who's going to be so defensively irresponsible and going to cause so many problems when this is a team who needs defensively responsible guys? Another thing, okay, He's going to be one of those guys who only works in one position. Where would that be? Let's say he's a right winger. He's going to be scoring a lot of goals. We need him alongside top talent. Where does that fit in? Right wing. He's not taking Marner's spot. Oh, he's going to go into William Nylander's role on the second line. Phil Kessel is an older, less physical, slower, less capable William Nylander. He is William Nylander at age 34. Why would we go out and sign Phil Kessel? I'm going to say right now, please do not sign Phil Kessel, Kyle Dubas. I saw this on Reddit. I saw it on the Leafs Reddit where someone was suggesting this is a guy we go out and get. Now, mind you, yes, we can be over the cap. You can waive guys. You can trade guys, all that kind of stuff. They're going to have to do it anyways. They have to fit guys in the cap. They have to go out and re-sign Rasmus Sandin, which I really, really hope that they do. But adding on Phil Kessel onto the amount of money that we already have over the cap makes zero sense in my opinion, unless you already have an idea that you're going to be shipping guys out the door and you're going to say to Phil, hey, guess what? We'll get you your 7 games of the Iron Man streak. You can tie that record. You can break that record. And then after that, game number 8, game number 9, you will be a healthy scratch. Because we cannot have you in this lineup every day. You will be a rotational player on the 4th line, or you're going to have to completely change your game, which I don't think will happen, and I don't think Phil Kessel would like to do. So now, I do like the whole aura of the reunion, of bringing guys back, of giving them the second chance, or just having guys here for that feel good, but this one is not the one. We are trying to win Stanley Cups, not make people feel good. Phil Kessel, I love you. I love everything you represent. I just don't want you back here while we are trying to go for a Stanley Cup at this point. You got your cups, man. You're not chasing. Go back to Arizona. Play 365 rounds of golf a year. Score 8 to 10 goals. Make $1 million. Do it out there. Get your tan. Not here. Not in Toronto. Now the final thing, Rodion Amirov update. Just a quick one here. If you guys are familiar with Rodion Amirov, he was one of the Leafs' top prospects, still is one of the Leafs' top prospects. And last season, while he was undergoing recovery for one of his previous injuries, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. He obviously immediately underwent chemotherapy, rounds of chemotherapy, and it was reported that during that time he was on ice 3 times a week and working out in the gym 5 times a week, and he was progressing well, which was great news. And then adding on, in a recent interview with Andrei Shevchenko, sorry, almost butchered that name, still might have, don't really know, but in a recent interview with Andrei Shevchenko, it was reported that Rodion Amirov said he only has 2 treatments left and he hopes to be back on the ice in November, December, around that time of the year. So Rodion Amirov, some things are bigger than hockey, and this is one of those things. Whether or not he ever makes it to the NHL, whether or not he's able to get back to the level he was playing at, I really do truly hope for Rodion Amirov's sake that he is able to get back playing the game that he loves at a high level, even if it is just still back in the KHL. But I am glad to hear that Rodion Amirov is doing better. He is progressing, and he is almost done his treatment, so shout out to him. The man is an absolute warrior. Even just being able to skate as much as he was and going and working out as much as he was while he was undergoing the treatments he did, that is incredible stuff. That is something to give a round of applause to. So Rodion Amirov, hats off to you, buddy. That is incredible stuff. And another interesting little tidbit here, before I let you guys go on this one, Rodion Amirov, the team that he plays on, has a former Leaf. No, it is not Josh Ho-Sang. It is Nikolai Kulemin. He is on the team that Rodion Amirov is on in the KHL. So shout out Nikolai Kulemin, 36 years old, still humming along in the KHL. Good for him to be able to do so. But guys, before I let you go, I have to remind you, we are hot approaching the NHL season as well as NFL starting up. If you're watching this on the Thursday right now, we got NFL games on tonight, and the best way to bet on anything you want to bet on, whether it's futures for the NHL, whether it's the NFL, or NFL preseason, NFL futures, it is through the betstamp app. You can go on there and you get the best odds for every game that you want to play. You want to bet on. You go on there. You want to bet on the Patriots game tonight. You pull up the app. You quickly look. What sportsbook has the best odds for this game? You can go and place the bet there, and you will make more money or lose less money than you would have to otherwise if you were not using the betstamp app. Use the betstamp app to always find the best odds. Find the best odds for golf futures, tournament winners, NFL season futures, NHL season futures, and make sure when you sign up, you use code LEAFS. get yourself signed up on the betstamp app today using referral code Leafs. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope we do not sign Phil Kessel, and shout out to Rodion Amirov for the quick recovery, for being an absolute warrior through this entire process. Absolute hats off to that guy. Very impressive what he's been up to, and I hope that he's able to get back on the ice in the KHL, continue to light things up over there, even just for his own personal sake. Let me know in the comments below if you think the Leafs should be bringing back Phil Kessel, how you guys feel about that whole situation, about Phil Kessel signing here. He's still unsigned. And then also let me know, what should the Leafs do about Rasmus Sandin and other trades you want to see ahead of the Leafs season this year. Leafs fans, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Throw a comment on this video. We will see you guys very soon. Keep believing.